Good morning. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and we're here for an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. Excuse you, Biscuit. He just had a biscuit. A little behind today. I had a very bad night's sleep last night. I'm not feeling the best today. But I am wearing my friend Jenna made me this beautiful little silver Corgi for my birthday that says Tristan on it. So I decided to put it on a ribbon and give him some trotting around. And I'm still sad about the Corgi show not happening, but optimistic that we will have more Corgi shows later in the year maybe, and that we can go to the national show in Virginia. So today we're going to continue along with our breathing exercises because I'm quite a sensitive person, and I can feel like this mounting tension around me. And even in the dogs that I see and the people that I talk to, everybody's just getting a little bit cranky and a little bit not themselves and a little bit lack of patience. So I think it's really important that we keep doing these breathing exercises. And I have a whole long list of things that we can keep doing together here. And eventually these will be on YouTube for the future as well. Or you can go back and review them there. Scroll down a Facebook page. That's always a fun time. So today we're going to do the breathing that I do at the start of every yoga class that I teach. And I sometimes do it for myself when I'm in a stressful situation and I need to get a grip. So this is called, it doesn't really have a name. It's just breathing in what you need and breathing out what you don't need. And you can just do that, just thinking, inhaling good, exhaling bad. But I find it's very useful to add some kind of intention to it. So I have a whole list of words I say when in my mind as I'm inhaling and exhaling. And in the tradition of yoga that I teach, Phoenix Rising, they do explore inhaling things that you might not like so much and exhaling the things that you do like as a way to give power to the exhale and also to the things that you like. However, I never do it that way. It just doesn't flow for me to do it that way. So we always, in my classes, inhale everything you need and exhale everything you don't need. And you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, which is great. It's great for balancing out all of the systems in your body. It reduces your heart rate. It increases your oxygen flow, it increases your oxygen exchange rate, it increases your lungs' ability to function. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth at the very least is a very important thing. So what I like to imagine saying when I breathe in is peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity. 5 things. And there's 5 things, and that means that I have to take a longer breath in and a little pause at the end. And then I exhale fear, disease, and stress. And I've been doing this daily for years. I often do this before I go to sleep and before I go to bed. So you're just going to take some normal breaths. And then you're going to inhale everything you need. Peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, and prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. And you can change these words to whatever you want. Another thing that people like to do is, as we start this exercise, to just put their hands on their heart and take a moment and have an intention. Now, in a yoga class, sometimes it is that I will have comfort in my body during this class or something like that. But the way things are going in the world right now, we might want to have the intention of peace or health for the planet or health for the people or stamina for the healthcare workers, whatever it is, maybe all of those things, and set that little intention before you do the breathing. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, and prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. Inhale, peace, love, health, happiness, and prosperity. Exhale, fear, disease, and stress. My Corgi's getting a little stressed because he's falling off my lap. So try this for yourself, and feel free to use any words that feel correct for you to use. I have changed those words a little bit over time to include different things that I particularly wanted to inhale and then move away from me with the exhale. And another thing I just want to let people know about, sometimes when I can't sleep, and last night was one of those days, I listened to this radio show called Coast to Coast, and it's been on for a million years, and they talk about UFOs and Sasquatches and aliens and conspiracy sometimes, and all, the gamut. And there's quite a few shows on animal communication and things like that as well. Of course, at 3 a.m, I'm not that particular. I just need to hear a voice. So what they're doing, there's a guy in Israel named Uri Geller who's a really popular mentalist, and he one of the first shows I heard years ago, he was on, and he said to get something in your house, particularly a clock that doesn't work, and put them all around you, and they were going to do this thing together as an experiment. So I had just moved in, and I had a lot of clocks that weren't running, even with new batteries, which is somewhat tied to the humidity, but even with the air conditioner on in this house, they wouldn't run. So I had like 4 or 5 of these clocks out in front of me, and one of them I particularly love that has Corgis on it, and he just said something like 1, 2, 3, go. And you and anybody else listening, whether you had your clocks around you or not, were to intend that the clocks would run. Wouldn't you know it, they all started running. I was amazed. I was blown away. I mean, I had tried sanding the connections for the batteries and all that stuff, but they just went. And was it a result of intention? If you read Greg Braden's works, or Lynn McTaggart's work, you'll say intention can do a lot. And that's part of what this breathing exercise is. So tonight at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, Uri Geller is going to be on this show, Coast to Coast, and they're going to try to do an intention experiment similar to the clock one, but, really to make the coronavirus dissipate. And I'm not sure exactly what the intention is. They've kind of kept it a little vague. Is it going to cure everyone? Is it going to disable the disease? I'm not exactly sure. But if you're awake at 1 a.m, or even before you go to bed at 8, 9, 10, or 11, or 12, you might want to just take a few moments and do a heart hug, which we'll do together now, with the intention that this pandemic will dissipate in a speedy and gentle way, so that people can go back to their normal lives. So we'll just do that together now. Put your hands over your heart. Imagine a clock face. You're going to start at the 6, go around the clock and back to the 9. You go either way you want, and you're just going to imagine that this virus will dissipate in a gentle way and that people will regain their health and their normal activity. And we'll do that again. One more heart hug. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this guy, Uri Geller, I looked him up after I did the clock thing. I was amazed. And a few years later, that one clock with the Corgi stopped working, and I wrote into the show. Amazingly, the host actually answered my email. I mean, they have thousands and thousands of listeners. And he told me the name of the person, this guy Uri Geller, and he said, just go to your clock when you're done reading this email and it will work. And I did. I did the same thing. 1, 2, 3, you'll go. And it was amazing. Oh, here but late. Well, Tracy, we're about done, so you're going to have to go back and re-listen. But anyway, so you might want to do a little heart hug before you go to bed tonight, or if you're up in the middle of the night, and join this worldwide group. I mean, it's not going to really be at 1 a.m. because that's Eastern time. I mean, it's on 3 hours earlier in California, a couple hours different in Central time, and, way earlier in Europe. So depending on where you live, you may be doing it at any particular time that may not match up exactly, but we'll see how that goes. So today, our breathing was breathe in everything you need that's good for you, peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity, and then slowly exhaling the things you want to not have, which would be fear, disease, and stress. Peace, love, health, happiness, prosperity, fear, disease, and stress. Yeah, the sun's shining today, Kurt. It's pretty awesome, and it's going to be like 60. I'm wearing one step down lighter sweater. You probably wouldn't notice because it is pretty chunky, but it's not as woolly. So we're pretty excited about walking today, and the snow's melting in the backyard, and it's a good thing because we're supposed to have a couple of really rainy days coming up. And across the south, it's going to be 90 in Florida, 80 in Georgia, 79 all across Louisiana, Alabama. Some places in Texas might hit 90. Summer there. I just have to dream. But 60 is good. 60 feels very hot here, so we'll take it. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a great day and stay safe and healthy. And I will see you tomorrow. I think I'm going to take Sunday off because I'm just so busy on Sunday mornings. But we will try to be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.